All right. There it is in progress. I wonder. Yeah, that might work. Well, yeah, that works better. Okay. So I take this. My phone is turned off. Move my chair. So we'll start seated just for a little bit of centering. Maybe I'll put this out front here. And grow tall in your spine. Just let go of any stress or cares and concerns. This is time for you to embrace yourself and your own worthiness. Your own well-being, moving through our yoga, mind, body, and soul. Just become aware of your breath, connecting with it. Allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. Just soft shoulders right now. And allow your crown chakra to open like a lotus flower. To allow inspiration, divine love to flow in. Bring in some attitude of gratitude for where you're at in your spiritual development and growth. Knowing that you'll be growing even more exponentially this year. Become aware of your body, any sensations you feel. And listening to your body throughout your practice tonight. So that you go as far as it needs. or pull back as far as it needs, whatever is right for you. And then we'll come up into standing here. So stand anywhere on your mat that feels comfortable, but separate your feet, hip width apart, toes forward, and just bring your palms over your navel area. the arrow from my cursor, because I use a mouse, a miniature mouse. It was right on my foot. It looked so funny. So just feet comfortably apart. And then taking a deep breath. Then bend your knees, turn your palms down, and as though you're pressing down, but you're not, you're kind of reaching down for earth energy, and just imagine saying, or you can say it out loud if you want, I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. And bring the energy up. Palms go all the way up to the heavens. I call upon the unconditional love, light, and power now of the heavenly forces for my greatest good. And we just repeat that. So we exhale going down and breathe as you bring it back up. So the prayer is, I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. And breathe it up. So you're actually imagining this moving your whole energy field, your body energy, not out here, but right in line with your body. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. Reaching up, breathe. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my greatest good. And just repeat, bending knees, lowering down, straightening knees as you lift and reach. Nice full breaths. Imagine the earth energy as you're lifting it up, reaching up. It combines with the spiritual forces and comes back down as you bring both down. So it's the energy actually flows both directions. I call forth the love, the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my greatest good. When you call on these forces the first thing in the morning, how can you have a bad day, right? I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my greatest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. One more time in each direction. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my greatest good. Bend your knees and lower. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my greatest good. Now just bring one hand on your navel and the other hand over your heart center or your chest, wherever it feels natural for you, and allow that energy to flow. It'll continue flowing because it's natural. We just remove any blockages and we enhance it with intention for those forces to be with us, to work through us, so that we can shine our light brighter and brighter every day. In gratitude. And then just bring palms together. Step your feet a little bit closer together. And breathe, arms up overhead. We'll come in for a swan dive, just easy going. Breathe, open out and hinge forward gracefully, coming down over our legs. And you can circle around your feet if you wish. It's feeling the back of your legs. And then bend your knees and lengthen in your spine. Take your two fingers, the Bhu Mudra or Bhumi Mudra, and just place your index finger and second finger on the mat, on the floor, just further grounding. Reach forward, connecting even more deeply with Earth Mother who nurtures us. And then just place your palms on the floor, step your feet back. Just come into plank pose for a moment. Lengthen out, press through your heels. And then bring your right knee down onto the floor and stretch through your left heel a little bit more. Just press it away. Come up onto the toes, on the ball of the foot and stretch the toes back and forth. And then lift your left leg and circle around in your ankle. Just loosen up in your ankle and reverse. And then bring the ball of your foot, your left foot, back down onto the floor. Press down on your palms and your back foot and just lift up that right knee towards your nose. Take the leg back and lift it up. Bring it down, knee to nose. Reach it up, just loosening up, warming up. Swing up and knee to nose. One more swing up and knee to nose and hold for 2 or 3 breaths. And then stretch your right leg out and bring your left knee onto the mat. Press through your ankle, your heel, stretching your calf, the back of your leg. Your shin even gets a stretch here. And come forward so that the ball and the toes get a stretch. Back and forth, rocking. Now, if you need to give a rest for your wrists, just let that second knee come down onto your elbows or forearms and circle around in your wrists. Loosen them up. Circle both directions and squeeze fingers. And come back, palms on the mat. Press down on your right ball of the foot. Breathe. And just bring your left knee towards your nose and swing the leg up, just a gentle swing. And back down, knee to nose. Reach up. Breathe it up. Breathe out, coming down. And one more swing up. And bring your knee in towards your nose and hold for 2 or 3 breaths. And then let both knees down. Come into a nice puppy stretch or kitten stretch, depending on what you have there. Waddle your shoulders side to side, loosening up your arms and shoulders. And we'll come up into downward facing dog. And we'll get even more of a stretch on our calf muscles here and our shoulders. Engage your core muscles and lift. And then walk your feet towards your hands, but bend your knees, sit down. We're going to work up to our half shoulder stand and do our wiggles. So hands underneath your knees and just rock on your spine gently, kicking forward. Give your back a massage. You can roll on the side of your back, on the ribs. Massage those muscles too. Feels good, gets the blood circulating. One more in center. And this time, I kind of traveled on that. This time, kick it up. And bring your hip bones into your palms in half shoulder stand. And then start to kick your legs, jiggle, shake. Just get that shaking down into your abdomen and ribs. We want all of our organs to return to their natural, healthy position. All right. Optional is to let your legs down, knees towards your forehead if that feels good on your back. And you can let your feet come down if your body feels okay with that. And then flex your feet, press your heel away. And then lift your legs back up into half shoulder stand. Breathe 3 deep breaths. And then bend your knees. Bring your hands and arms down onto the floor. Lift your chin and lower your spine down one piece at a time. And then bring your palms under your hips. And we'll do a few leg lifts to strengthen our core muscles, tone them up. Just at your own pace. Eighteen, 19, 20, and 21. Now just take your arms out to the side, palms down for this one. Bend your knees and breathe in a deep breath. As you exhale, just take both knees over to your left. Press your shoulders down. Come into a twist. Turn your head away. Relax. Now for a moment, straighten both knees out and flex your feet. See how that feels. Then bend them back in. Roll your sacrum onto the mat. Take in a breath. And continue on through, rolling over on the exhale with knees up close to your arm, as close as your body will allow. Relax your shoulders and breathe. Breathe in the newness of the year, the 6 number, representing family and loved ones, protecting them, caring for them. And now stretch your legs out, just straighten your knees, bringing your feet up towards your hand. And then bend your knees once again. Bring your head back to center and roll your sacrum back onto the floor. Now we're going to lift our legs up. Excuse me. Press firmly down in your arms and shoulders. Activate your core muscles. Breathe. Breathe out. Take both legs over to the left. Take your time and stop when you feel you're going to lose it. You don't want your legs landing on the floor. Okay. And then breathe. And press down on that left arm. Lift both legs up. Oh, this is hard this time. What happened? Christmas cookies, maybe? Go right on through to the other side. This side will be easier. Just go as far as you're able. And then press down on both arms and lift your legs back up. Let's try the other side one more time. Breathe. Just go as far as you're able. And then lift back up to center. Breathe. Breathe out as you take your legs over to the right. Last time. And press down on your arms and shoulders. Lift back up. And bend your knees. Let your feet come down onto the floor. Reach for your ankles. Just bring your feet back by your hips. And we'll give a stretch to our thighs. Just bring your knee down in center. You can press your knee away from your hip bone. That's going to give you a nice quadricep stretch. And switch legs. And just repeat as you feel is good for you. Direct your breath into those muscles. Those are the largest muscle group in the body. All right. And now just let your feet come back next to each other, just side by side. Walk your feet out. So you still have bent knees, but you let your feet out a little ways and bring your arms next to your body. Lift your chin and start to roll up. And there we are. Okay. So now we want to stretch the opposite way from our plow, which is the one with our legs over our head, if you actually did that one. So we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. Just walk your knees away. And then let your hips come forward. Stretch the front of your body. You can come in and out of it if you want. Sometimes that feels nice to pull back into puppy and then come forward into traction, stretching out all the work you did with your abdomen and low back, stretching your spine. So forward and back. And then we'll hold here So legs are side by side. Engage your hip muscles. So take a little tuck in your hips and then bend your elbows and allow your hips, your pubic triangle, to press down against the mat. Lengthen from your pubic triangle up through your spine. Lift your shoulders up, breathe a deep breath. Take them back, exhale down, elbows bent in cobra. Press a pubic triangle into the ground. Further grounding, that's your Muladhara chakra, the root chakra, which is your earth center. And then pull back now, lift your hips and pull back into child's pose and just relax. Bring your arms back by your sides, thumbs by your ankles. Bend your elbows and let your shoulders droop towards the floor, allowing any tension in there, old tension, new tension, whatever's in there. Let it flow out and down your arms into the ground. All right, now bring your palms on either side of your face and press up. Just lift, walk your feet in, head to knee pose, give a good stretch. If you want to try it, you can lift your feet and bring your hands underneath your feet. That's going to increase the flexion in your ankles. And when you stretch in, ooh, you get a nice long calf muscle. That's optional. All right. So with knees bent, just roll up gently. And start some shoulder circles, rolling. I have to pull myself back together here. There we go. In reverse. Okay. Now, just step your left leg forward. Reach back with the right leg in warrior one legs. Hands on your hips initially for vinyasa. So breathe that front knee in. Press it out, breathe out. Press through the back heel too, remember. Breathe it in, breathe out. Good, yes. Okay, so from here, bring your hands in front on over your navel. If you're comfortable in your warrior one legs, we can reach down, reach your palms down just to the base of your torso and repeat our ritual here. We'll try it in warrior one. So I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my highest good, and then scoop it up, bring it up overhead. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my highest good. Once more, down to the earth, I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth energy now for my highest good. Breathe it up I call forth the heavenly forces, the love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my highest good. And then bring your hands over your navel, pull back, step it in. Soften your knees and reach back with your left leg. Hands on your hips now. Warrior one legs. Get comfortable in your pose. So breathe your front knee in. Breathe out as you press it out. Nice and tall in the torso. Breathe it in. Breathe out. Shoulders down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold your pose. Press through the back heel. Palms over the navel. Take in your breath. And reach down. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my highest good. Reach up. I call forth the heavenly forces, the light, unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my highest good. Once more, down to the earth. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for my highest good. And I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for my highest good. Bring palms over your navel and pull back, breathe, step it in. All right. And now just a standing twist, loosen up. And come back into center. Breathe palms into prayer hands. Just lift all your toes. Let them lift up and spread them out. Nice and wide. And then set your pinky toe down, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and big toe. And then give them some wiggles. Good. Take in a breath. Shift the weight over to your right leg. Lift your left knee. Focus on a spot. Release. Take in a breath. Shift the weight over to your left. Lift your right knee up. Focus on a spot. Something that's not moving. Just balance. And release. Good. Shake out your hands. Shake out your legs. All right. Come down into downward facing dog. Bring your left knee forward and your foot forward just for a gentle pigeon. Checking out your hips. Now just bend forward, head towards the floor. Relax over your leg. And lift, palms on the floor. Just switch legs. Bring your right leg forward. Just easy. Unless you want to bring your foot all the way out so that it's parallel, that's okay, whichever works best, but come into your pigeon. And then just relax down over your leg. And then press back up. Bring the back leg around to the front. Prepare for your Shavasana. Just draw your hips under you. Press your low back down for a moment and then release it. Shoulder blades rolled under you. And as you're relaxing down, a prayer for the Tai Chi rising through the mercy and compassion of Kuan Yin and my own free will. May my energy field grow to meet the needs of my soul light. May I be strong and merciful, power and wise in equal measure. May I be loving and potent with temperance and peaceful intention. Om Mani Padme Hum. The jewel is at the center. The unconditional love, light, and power of both the earth and the heavenly forces now flows through you. For your highest good. Now we'll come back gently. If anyone wants to stay in Shavasana on their own, feel free. The rest who need to come back and move forward with their evening, then just become aware of your body, the energy. How does it feel after your practice? Feel the floor beneath you. See the light through your eyelids. And then start to bring some wiggles into fingers and toes. Slide your feet together. Lift your knees up to your chest. Stretch them in nice and close. Give them a hug. And then come over to one side and press into sitting. I'm going to suggest bringing hands into Jnana Mudra, just index finger and thumb together, spreading the other fingers out as a seal to our intentions, our achievement in our practice. And then bring palms together over your heart. And may we use the energy that we brought into us wisely with compassion and kindness. Healing for all that come in contact with us. Blessed be and namaste.
Thank you for class.
Yeah, boy, that gave me a buzz. I don't know, did anybody else feel that?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. Thank you.
That was
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, my
What's-
neighbor